This is NewsBreak26 in Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Vicki Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. Former St. Croix Liberal candidate John Gardner will now be running as an independent in the provincial election. Gardner received a phone call late Monday evening informing him that the Liberal Party would no longer be supporting him as a candidate due to some of his past social media posts.
There was no discussion, there was no ability to explain or anything else. It was just, you're not going to be able to run.
One of Gardner's online comments that the Liberal Party took issue with was a Facebook post in which Gardner stated, quote, "If the straight flag is not allowed, then they shouldn't be flying the LGBT one. Fair is fair." Gardner, who is openly gay and flies the pride flag, believes he wasn't given the opportunity to explain himself and the intention and context of his posts.
First off, I didn't get to explain anything to Mr. Vickers because Mr. Vickers did not make the call himself. So that's my first point of contention. The second thing that I was trying to get through with that post was that really we need to be listening to each other. We need to be respecting. And whether you're gay or whether you're straight, it doesn't make any difference. You need to hear the other person's point of view.
Vickers said in a press conference on Tuesday that there wasn't just one but several past posts of Gardner's that his team took issue with. Elections MB confirmed to CHCO that any ballots already cast for Gardner in the advanced polls will still count for Gardner as an independent candidate. However, Gardner will still appear as a Liberal on the ballots. The seasonal ferry service to Campobello has been extended until December 1st. The ferry, which is privately owned and operated by East Coast Ferries Limited, runs most years from mid-June until end of September. The extended season this year comes as relief to many islanders who wish to connect to the mainland without having to travel through the U.S. via a bridge to Lubec, Maine.
We don't have any further details other than the date provided in the announcement, but we certainly hope that it includes provisions to reduce the $54 round-trip cost for island residents, and that it's a foot in the door and a step in the right direction toward providing the year-round ferry service that Campobello needs and deserves.
The first annual New Brunswick International Oysterfest took place in St. Andrews over the weekend. To comply with COVID-19 regulations, the two-day outdoor festival at Kingsbury Garden was limited to a crowd of 50 people per day.
It's all-you-can-eat oysters. We have cooking demonstrations, shucking demonstrations, a shucking competition, live music. In addition to having oysters from a number of different farms, we're actually featuring an oyster beer as well.
Finally, Back Bay volunteer firefighter Danny Bertaux will be added to the National Fallen Firefighters Memorial in Ottawa on September 13th at 12 p.m. Atlantic Time. Bertaux died in 2018 of cancer that developed as a result of fighting grass fires.
The benzene comes out of the ground and that causes kidney cancer. When we found Danny's cancer, it was stage 4 and it had already gone to his lungs, his spine, his pelvis. He's being recognized for everything that he's done. He had 23 years of service with several different fire departments.
Bertaux is survived by his wife Karen, who is also a volunteer firefighter, and knows her late husband's legacy will live on not just in the memorial, but in the lives he touched in the community he served and loved.
He was larger than life, and if a 3-year-old handed him a teacup, it was pinkies out and a hat, and you had a tea party. If a little old lady asked for an oil delivery, it was time to sit down and have tea and cookies.
You can watch the Fallen Firefighters Federation's virtual memorial service Sunday the 13th at noon Atlantic Time at cfff.ca. That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and online exclusives, follow us on Facebook at CHCO-TV.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.